WHV anti-WH Karin Yamada. If this is true, with Mr. Hales calling Leslie's school, it will be the start of the downfall of WDH. We will see when facts come out. They will for sure check everything out, from who the caller is to who sent the emails. Was it him or? Can he really be that stupid? Will be continued, I guess. Pam Carson remembers this is the same woman that wrote her own obituary and posted it on websites. I wouldn't believe a word out of her mouth if her tongue came notarist. Angela Gleason. Pam Carson, I just don't think she would put her job or her students in the middle of this. That just doesn't seem plausible. Pam Carson. Angela Gleason, I would hope not too. But I never thought anyone would write their obituary and include their children's names and post it on multiple websites. Honestly, some of the things both sides have done shocked the heck out of me. Eva Solomon. More lies from the anti-Hales. Funny how they never show any evidence of their ridiculous accusations. Greta Oxley Kaufman. Eva Solomon, right? I'm not holding my breath for actual proof from her. Eva Solomon. Greta Oxley Kaufman, that's the thing, she never ever shows proof of anything, she just blurts out lies for a pastime and expects everyone to believe her. Greta Oxley Kaufman. Eva Solomon, you know what time of year it is. Gotta keep it going somehow. Deb Bates. Thomas. Eva Solomon. More proof of them slandering JH. Karin Yamada, you know of course, that is JH that has the burden of proof, and until the judge says it is time to show discoveries, and during the trial too, no important things will be revealed, I think. Of course, I do not know, just sort of guessing. Or maybe I am wrong. I have followed The Emily Show since Johnny Depp's trial, and she is the best, explains everything in a simple way, so common people can understand. Recommend her if you want to know more about the laws and what is happening during a trial. Sorry, kidnapped your comment. Charlene Vane. Do you think it might be a lie? Or does that sound like what would really happen? Eva Solomon. Charlene Vane coming from Fleeza. It's obviously a lie. She will be backtracking as soon as anyone queries her comments. Kathy Criswell. Charlene Vane. Definitely bullshit. Pam Carson. Charlene Vane. No way of knowing as of now if there were any phone calls, period. There sure is no way of knowing who called if there was a phone call. All we know is it wasn't WTH. LOL. Seriously, though, if a call was made it could have been a parent that saw their kid. We just do not know. But you can bet it wasn't JH and G. Knowing Looney Tunes that writes her own obit and post on sites, she could have called her dang self. Charlene Vane. Pam Carson. I'm going to stand on the sidelines and watch lips go after Fleeza for costing her her job. Ha, ironic, but true that the only reason the principal was brought in was because of her haha. Sue Beaumont. Pam Carson. I agree 100%. If Leslie lost her job, it could have been a student told a parent they were in a teacher's video on YT. Or one of the teachers or parents Googled Leslie as her behavior was a little weird, and when the school is responsible for employing her, I can't believe they didn't do due diligence. Greta Oxley Kaufman. I don't believe it. Show your proof. She has no proof it didn't happen. Donna Tumlin. Greta Oxley Kaufman. They never have proof, just like LP. Greta Oxley Kaufman. Donna Tumlin. I just can't understand how people can be so stupid and not want to find the truth. I definitely wouldn't want anyone from that side on a jury trial. Tracy Sharon. If this happened yesterday, as someone else has pointed out in another group, Leslie was in a Zoom hearing about her foreclosure at the time allegedly that this happened. The comment Tracy Sharon is replying to has been deleted. Tracy Sharon just disputing some of what 2Ls said on her stream last night. Angela Gleason. Tracy Sharon, how are you disputing what 2Ls said? If Leslie was in a Zoom meeting when the phone call came into her school, that validates what 2Ls said, doesn't it? Sue Beaumont. Jerry Rick Sherfy. Your first question should be, did anyone call the school? This story comes from 2 confirmed liars. Eva Solomon. Jerry Rick Sherfy. The story erupted from Fleeza's big mouth, which is why everyone's querying it, because 99.09% of what she says are lies. The comment Sue Beaumont is replying to has been deleted. Sue Beaumont. Jerry Rick Sherfy. We will see. Time will tell. Cynthia Brothium. Bullshit lies. JH didn't do it. Jim Young still wanting to ride the coattails. Wanna be. Sue all their asses. JH. Kathy Criswell. We haven't found any proof that it's true. But I will know soon. Angela Gleason. Public schools record all incoming phone calls, so they have a recording of the caller's voice. They can also trace the emails to the IEP they came from. It can be easily proven. Kathy Criswell, Angela Gleason, I agree, but I don't believe it even happened unless Lips did it yourself. Angela Gleason, we will see where it goes. Devlin N. Burke, first, the only proof that there was a call is from Lisa Lee. She is known to despise JH, so I wouldn't trust anything she says concerning him and any actions he may or may not have made. Vix would howl at the downfall, and how does that make him stupid? That woman's an absolute lunatic, even to the point of attempting to fake her own death for attention, and as someone who was targeted by her for others, he has every right to inform her place of work. Especially when it's a school around children, because let's be real, after seeing the way she acts and behaves, and how nasty and spiteful she is, would you really want her around, let alone teaching your kids? Can you imagine the damage she could do to one of those kids if she feels wronged by one of them, especially with the extreme lengths she went to previously? Karin Yamada, really? So what JH has done, allegedly, not sure if it is true, is a right thing to do, whatever the reasons are. JH did the same to Mr. Matskin's wife. These kind of mentality and actions, to try to take down people, is truly bad and dangerous, at least in my book. If this is true, facts will come out, and JH will be in big trouble. That is my opinion. You can justify your beliefs however you want. I respect that. JH is not so nice to kids either. I mean, at least his own. We will see. One more thought, to the extreme though. Should JH be allowed to be around women? With his history of stalking, harassing, etc., protection orders and sealed documents, wonder what they're about? There are allegations made by women of not so nice things. It is up to those women to show proof. JH is not a nice person, I think.
Karin Yamada spreading fake news and creating a gossip story? That sounds like a blockbuster movie plot, doesn't it? If she's alleging all that about poor JH, and it's all just made up for drama, then she's not an author, she's an aspiring soap opera writer who forgot to include dramatic organ music. If the facts come out and JH is actually in big trouble, well, then Karin was just reading the future, perhaps using a crystal ball powered by strong opinions. As for JH's alleged not-so-nice behavior around kids or women, that's a heavy pot of tea, and until the evidence steams up the windows, it remains firmly in the realm of things people say when they are very, very annoyed. One thing's for sure, someone's reputation is either about to get a serious glow-up or a permanent case of the wrinkles.
Wednesday, Mace Kathy Criswell, no YouTube channel will ever get my money again. Kathy Criswell, Wednesday, Mace, I understand that, red heart. People are hard to trust anymore. Wednesday, Mace Kathy Criswell, oh, absolutely. 100%. Karin Yamada, well, doesn't money include almost all YT creators? What about TUG and Megan? How about JH? The only person I know who isn't monetized for now is Mr. Ray. Karin Yamada, okay. But who brought it out on YouTube, and what consequences did that lead to? Karin Yamada, the son, put out the video by himself on YouTube before anybody picked it up and showed on any channels. It was his truth that he showed. How can anybody say it is not the truth, with JH's history and filings of his children? How can a father say the things he said about his son? It has nothing to do with Guapo. In my opinion, of course. Karin Yamada, sorry, I meant that if it's actually JH who called, which I don't really believe, but if it was him, that would be a really stupid thing to do. Buffed old man Karin Yamada, sorry, but your posts are all over the place. What negative things did JH say about his son? I only heard positive reinforcement and disgust about him being dragged into this. I have tried my best to analyze all the info put out by the Fleas, Volpe, Luthman, Lips and company. Any honest viewer can see this group does nothing but drudge the corners of the truth and muddies it with crap. On top of that, Fleeza is practically begging people to pay attention to her as her social media future crumbles. She lies a lot, and she uses all of you and throws you away when done. If you can't see that by now, that you have no one to blame but yourself. Wednesday, Mace Karin Yamada, it would be a stupid thing to do. However, there are a lot of stupid people out there. Assis and Nana, I seem to have missed something. Buffed old man, more bullshit from the house of the FLEA. If you believe this report one iota, I pity you. No receipts, no backup, no proof. Just gums flapping faster than a flea fart. Fleeza is the cheapest, nastiest cupcake out there. Angela Gleason buffed old man. It is too soon to have the Reese-ups in hand. It just happened. Things can be foiled, but it takes time to get them. Eventually someone will get the recording of the call and the police report. Someone says all incoming calls to public schools are recorded, so eventually we will be able to hear the voice of the person who called the school, and there will be police reports of also. Wednesday Mace. I guess nobody can communicate and discuss without disparaging the other commenter. Really, people. Wendy Wooby Woo Burton. If this is true, why is making a complaint about a teacher his downfall? Her past behavior should be known by the school and the parents. While this woman ran a bully exterminator page attacking people on Facebook, and that's only the start of the crap she pulled. She has to take accountability for her actions, Angela Gleason Wendy Wooby Woo Burton, because it shows that he is a stalker. The caller actually lied and said they were the parent of one of her students. When pressed for name of the student or his name, he said he was Jeremy Hales. Karin Yamada. I'm doubting that JH would say his name and that he is a famous YouTuber when asked. No, if somebody called, it is somebody else, I think. Speculations don't lead anywhere, not my opinion either. Wednesday Mace Angela Gleason, and based off that, who has accountability? The caller that lied about who they were and proves it was Hales. Wendy Wooby Woo Burton Angela Gleason, she put a video on YouTube. Public. How's that stalking? You should ask Mucus about stalking. She does a good job of stalking JH. Karin Yamada. Well, I do have to agree with some opinions here. It seemed incredible risky for JH to do something like this and risk trouble. And why would he drag Elle into it again? If not JH, then who? If this with phone calls and emails is accurate? I guess time will tell. Eva Solomon Karin Yamada. I don't think it happened. It's just lips and Lisa's scrambled brains making it up. Karin Yamada. I don't personally think so. Why in that case? Sue Beaumont Karin Yamada. I really doubt this even happened. Lisa and Leslie have a pretty interesting track record. My grandma used to say if it doesn't make sense, it's usually not true. And this doesn't make sense. Karin Yamada. Not much makes sense at all in this whole circus of what is happening with all the lawsuits, etc. Angela Gleason. Well, it can be proven if it is true. Public schools are a government entity, so their phone records can be FOIA'd. They are a matter of public record. If this did happen, it would have been reported to the police, so their records are public record. If this is true, he attempted to perpetuate a fraud by claiming to be one of her students' parent. If he really did do this, it will really hurt him in his lawsuits. Eva Solomon Angela Gleason. From the way Lisa is spinning and backtracking, I'm pretty sure it never happened and is just another of Lisa's fantasies. Wednesday Mace. Just because these channels make that claim doesn't make it true. Gina Arpardo. Is this a joke? You cannot really believe any of that crap, right? Because Lips said it was true? OMG, I knew the ecosystem was brainwashed, but this is new level. Dumbass. Stacy Bickerstaff Bernerus. Gina Arpardo, right?
As for Karin Yamada, is she serving up truth tea or just brewing up some gossip soup? If she's wildly misrepresenting things, someone needs to hand her a reality check wrapped in a truth lollipop. Creating a whole narrative that Karin lied constantly? That sounds like someone is running a very ambitious, possibly fictional, soap opera. Stay tuned for the next episode, folks.